Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the fall of Troy. The fall of Troy, interestingly enough, has its origins in two weddings. The first is the wedding of Thetis, who is Achilles' mythological mother. And at this wedding, there were all the gods and goddesses, with the exception of one, and that was the goddess Eris. Eris was the goddess of discord, of fighting, of strife, so it kind of makes sense that she wasn't invited to this wedding. However, Eris had something for all these beautiful gods and goddesses decked out in the finest for the mothers of one of the greatest Greek warriors. And that was an apple. And on that apple, she etched, "To the fairest, to the most beautiful." She throws it out on the dance floor, and immediately, three goddesses look at it and claim it as their own. Those goddesses were Aphrodite, or Venus, that's the goddess of love, the goddess of war, which is Athena, or Minerva, and the queen of all the gods and goddesses. That's Juno, or Hera. Well, once they begin fighting over it, they come to an impasse. They realize that no one is going to win. And so they decide that they're going to have an arbiter, an outside judge for who exactly is the prettiest. That person is Paris. Paris was at the time a prince of Troy. Now, the goddesses don't play fair, and so they all decided to pull Paris aside one by one and bribe him. Aphrodite, or Venus, promises him the most beautiful woman in the world. "If you choose me as the most beautiful, then she will be yours and no other man can have her." Athena, or Minerva, offers to make him the wisest man in the world. Basically, he will have knowledge beyond the pale. No one will be able to outsmart Paris. And then Juno, or Hera, offers him dominion over all the lands. Interestingly enough, and perhaps as a testament to his character, Paris chooses Aphrodite, or Venus's offer. He wants the most beautiful woman in the world. He chooses her as the fairest, as the most beautiful, and she says that you'll know her when you see her. You'll fall head over heels in love with her, and she will be yours forever. On we go to this second wedding. Now, at this wedding, Menelaus was marrying Helen at a place called Sparta. It's right here in the Peloponnesian Peninsula. Now, at this wedding, there are all kinds of Greek warriors, there are all kinds of Greek leaders, and there are a couple of Trojans there too, Paris included, along with his brother Hector. And at this wedding, Paris catches a glimpse of Helen, the bride-to-be, and he falls head over heels in love with her at first sight. He says, "This is the most beautiful woman in the world. This is the one that Aphrodite, or Venus, promised me." So Paris seduces her. He gets her alone, and he convinces her to come back to Troy with him. Oddly enough, she does so. Menelaus, on the day of his wedding, is left at the altar, and he says, "Where is my bride?" One of the handmaidens of Helen comes forth and says, "I think I know where she is. She was running off with that pretty boy Paris to Troy." Menelaus and his brother Agamemnon, the greatest of all the Greeks, actually go over to Troy, and they request that Paris give Helen back. Paris says, "No, this is a woman who was given to me by a goddess. Who am I to reject her gifts?"